Welcome back to Grandma Sims. Be sure to grab this house from the gallery and decorate along with me. Let's make it fun, cozy, and creative. So we finally made it to this point. This is our basement build. I was perplexed in the beginning, but I did finally find something I was inspired by. I would like to thank Shayna Hoff for suggesting an in-law suite, which is what we're going to do in partial here today. So I am separating the basement off. I decided not to do the whole basement under the house. I thought something a little bit more cozier, a little bit smaller would be more appropriate down here. You can definitely keep the extended basement and, put more rooms in that area, but I thought this turned out real charming and cute. So I'm just putting the basement brick around the outside. It's the same as what's in that stairwell coming down. And like I said in one of the other videos, I was considering taking out those steps that come from the main house upstairs, and I did take those out. You saw that at the beginning, and I think that was the right choice to do in this instance. So this is going to be just one bedroom, one bathroom, very open kitchen, living room, floor plan. It ends up just really being really cute and adorable. I was going to change the bathroom colors down here, but I decided to just go ahead and use the bathroom colors we used upstairs. I thought that was also kind of appropriate here. In the base game, they have these counters, and I don't normally get to use those unless I'm doing more of an industrial build, in which case I love to use these in industrial builds. They actually are perfect for that. But I also thought in this basement would also be a very good choice. So this kitchen is just going to be flat against this back wall with some lower and upper cabinets. I do believe we're going to change the color on those. But I think it looks real good. That's all we need down here. If you're converting a basement, you're not exactly putting in a full kitchen anyway. So this works out, and it leaves room for a dining chair. And I do put in some little half walls, which I know very controversial as far as Sims go, because they like to place things on them. But I still feel like I can use them in the kitchen. They're close enough to the kitchen where you click and drag them into the sink, or, they're not going to be leaving them in any of the other rooms. So I don't mind them here in the kitchen. So yes, like I said, we're going to change the color here. I went back to the black and white. I guess it's I don't know, it's a color palette that seemed to work out really well in both the kitchens in this house. So we went with that. Plus I don't mind black and white in the kitchen with colors to go with them. I think it's very classy. I decided to put some tile on the back wall down here just to give it more of a, let feel. It just I don't know if I want to say it's more of a kitchen feel, but I thought it felt good. Picking a table here. Of course, still like the rest of this house, we are keeping this base game, which after I got going, it was a little difficult in the beginning, but after I got going, it wasn't so difficult to decorate with base game only. I probably will complain one more time about the price of the items, because I still think it's ridiculous that base game items are so much more expensive than other items. I just don't think that's fair. So that's it. I'm done. I won't rant about that anymore. Picking out some rugs. We're not going to stay with this configuration here, although it does work out very nicely to have the kitchen and the dining area right where it is. But of course, this was the arrangement I kind of had in my head when I thought about putting this in-law suite down here. But then, of course, I changed my mind. And you're going to see how we move this kitchen around a little bit, which I think turns out quite lovely. So this base game furniture, again, it's something that I would use in an industrial build. And in fact, I believe we use these in the industrial build that we did, in the factory build that we did. We use these in the cafe area, but they go with the feeling of the kitchen, and they, I think, go with the feeling of being in the basement. Plus, it kind of is a complete set. The tables and the couches, there's a desk, there's end tables. There's kind of like a whole set that goes together, which is really kind of nice. Very industrial, but kind of is nice. I picked this desk, this glass desk, to go with the glass table that I picked for the kitchen. And I think that was appropriate. So here I'm just going to pick some more lighting. I did decide to use these little lamps and put those ones in, you know, it gives them a little extra boost. Here's that matching table. I think it's like a side table. I don't know what you want to call it, but it goes with the coffee table. I like this whole matching set. I like things that match, and the bookshelf matches, and I don't have to do too much thinking. Sometimes I just want to decorate without all the thinking of colors and patterns and what goes with what, and is it modern, is it contemporary, is it modern contemporary, is it vintage, is it Queen Anne, is it whatever. Sometimes just having a matching set of everything that goes together, I think you can make that look beautiful. And I think I did that here in this basement, which is really what I wanted to do. It may be a basement, but I think I made it feel super cozy. And you let me know in the end when you see the finished basement if it feels cozy to you. Now just picking a lot of wall decorations, a lot of pictures. I think this is what's making it feel not like a basement, making it feel more homey. Of course, we don't want to make it feel too homey, unless we want our in-laws to stay, forever, which is fine too. Depends on your in-laws, I suppose. But this could easily be, I don't really think it could go into the teenager range. I think that's a completely different vibe than what we have here. So I think if the family in this house had some teenagers that were growing up, maybe they want to redecorate again. And, I don't have a problem redecorating this basement again and turning it into a teen hangout. Maybe a couple of teenagers that lived in this house, they're going to go to college and live down here on their own. It could be a great storyline, and I would love to redecorate for that. I do it all over again. But in the bedroom here, you'll see I'm putting 2 of the twin beds in. This is more mission furniture, but I think it goes well with the industrial furniture. I don't think it really matters, labels on things. I think whatever looks good, looks good. The reason I put in the 2 twin beds is I'm not sure. I've had a problem in the past with couples, like grandparents that come to stay. And even though, they're part of your game and they lived together and slept together, I had a problem getting them to sleep in the same bed together, which is super weird. But when I put 2 twin beds in, then they were fine. There was no complaining. So I did that here just in case. I don't know if that was just a thing in my game or my family, or maybe they just don't like each other. But I did that here. Or maybe you just want to have, a couple cousins come stay, or, aunts and uncles or whatever. I think the twin beds work for a lot of situations when it comes to having your Sims come stay. Wanted to put some extra lighting in here, so I snuck a few of these little ones in the corner, made them very small. I do apologize if you can't get your mouse on them to get rid of them or to move them, but they are there, giving us some light. So this is the last of our base game only build. I think the house and everything, the yard, this basement, I think everything turned out quite wonderful. I hope you download it and have your Sims move in. Please let me know how it goes or what storylines you play in this house. I would love to hear all about them. Using all these movie posters in this room, I thought, it's one of those things where maybe they collected these movie posters and, they don't want them upstairs in their main living room because that would be kind of weird. So, they found a spot for them down here in the basement, and they still get to appreciate their movie posters, but they also get to share them with family. I think this turned out really cute, this little bedroom down here. I think for a basement bedroom, I think it would be very cozy. So our next build is going to be really super special. Like I said, I'm not giving any hints away. There should be a post coming out real soon that lets you know what we're working on. But please hit that subscribe button and the like button. Really would like you to stick around and see all the different things we have planned. We're going to have a lot of fun in this next build. And of course, we're going to be starting a Let's Play, which every time I say it still freaks me out because I've never done a Let's Play, and I have to admit, a little bit, not scared, but a little bit freaked out. I mean, I've played The Sims. I know how to play The Sims. Been doing it for a very long time, but never did a Let's Play, never did anything that was 10 generations. So braving new ground here. So I hope you stick around and, I don't know, watch me fall on my face. That should be fun for some. Maybe not for me, but for somebody. All the basic stuff here in the bathroom, kept it very beige and brown. I think it turned out very cute. I was going to use this shelf again. I think we used it in the other bathroom. We were talking about this shelf and how huge it is. In the end, I'm going to change that out to this cabinet instead. I just think the cabinet is it's not much of a smaller size, but it is smaller. It looks like it would be the same size as the tank on the back of the toilet. So I think it was a little bit more size appropriate for that space. Sometimes that's my hardest thing, is the way that they size things in the game, like end tables. I think every end table in the game is bigger than the chairs that they're supposed to be with. That's not how it goes. So it's just really weird. I'm gonna move these posters over here to this wall. That's the wall that you'll see when you're playing, and I thought that would be nice there. Gonna put in a different light. I think this is a very nice bathroom light, something you would see, I think, in a basement. Got this little space here left in the hallway. I didn't want to leave that empty. And no, I don't have my table that I like, that I use in every build. I didn't have in this build, but I still made it work. This table would probably be my third or fourth next choice for a table for the hallway. So it worked out here. And I wanted to include some activities, which I did. There's a little camera on their table there, and there's a fish bowl, and you saw I put in the plant there for, you get gardening skill off that. So there are, skill building activities even here in the basement. It's good to include them whenever we build, wherever we build. And it's very cute. I mean, you could almost take just the basement part of this house and turn it into a little tiny home, and it's fully functional. It's really quite wonderful, I think. I did put the bin outside the doorway there, and then I looked, there was no room in the kitchen for a bin. So it's just that bin outside. So then to take care of where we took the stairs out up here on the first level, I just took the wall out, extended the bathroom a little bit. We end up with this little hole, cubby hole here, so I decided to put a laundry basket in there. And then in the hallway, I'm just going to move everything over and situate everything again in this little cubby hallway here. And I believe I put in a guitar for some more skill building activities, more family fun. So I hope you liked the build. I hope you got some ideas. I hope you like how the whole house, including the basement, turned out. I would appreciate, I really would, just leave a little comment, let me know yay, nay. Did you like the house? Did you like to see something else in the house, maybe? I like any kind of feedback I can get, so that I don't want to build and, it's not what you want to see. My tree disappeared, so I don't know. Things disappear in The Sims. They just get deleted. I put it back. So thank you for watching, and like I said, stick around for our next build, where it's going to be very, very exciting. I'm excited. And remember, always keep it creative, keep it cozy, and I will see you next time.